Hello and welcome back to Jets Driver's Seat. I'm Vin. We are stuck in Long Island traffic, back to school traffic. It is September 3rd, Wednesday. We are after Labor Day. The summer is over. And while that might be very sad, it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning for the New York Jets, who play an actual football game in just a few days. Guys, I'm so excited. I need football back in my life. It's been a long winter. It's been a long spring. It's been a long summer. It just needed to be back. I missed most of college football on Saturday. I wasn't around for most of the day. I only got to see bits and pieces of it. But even what I got to see, it just felt nice. The weather, the humidity's starting to drop. It's starting to feel like a hint of fall coming. I'm sure we'll get one more blast of hot summer air. But, guys, it's Jets season. This week, what I really want to go into at some point, probably either tomorrow, maybe this afternoon, maybe Friday, I do want to go into a, every game prediction of what the season's going to look like. I don't know how I'm going to do that while I'm driving, because that sounds unsafe, but if I'm stuck in traffic like I am today, it'd probably be pretty easy to read. So I'll probably do that one of these days. Maybe I'll print it out, write it down. I also want to go into what I think is my prediction for Sunday itself. I'm really excited. I think they got a good shot this Sunday, and I'll get more into that this week. But a couple things, training camp, that I just wanted to go over quickly. Malachi Corley, man. What a pick. What a great pick that was by the Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh era. Third round pick. Traded up for him in the third round. What just horrible thought process they had with that pick. I mean, I like the player, don't get me wrong. I actually did like him coming out of Western Kentucky. It sounds like, from what I've heard from other reports, that he had some really significant maturity issues where he just kind of refused to learn anything that wasn't wide receiver. He kind of just expected to be a starting wide receiver right away. And the tape from Western Kentucky, that was not the case. He was not polished enough to be doing that. The fact that last year's regime came out publicly and said that he was a top 5 wide receiver on their board, and it came out that he was ranked above Brian Thomas Jr. on their board, what were they thinking? What's going on in their heads? That's honestly, they should just not say anything ever like that. No, I don't understand why any regime ever gives that kind of information. I get maybe you're trying to pump up your picks a little bit, but you're just opening yourself up to so much criticism in the future when things inevitably don't work out, because you're never going to have a draft where every pick works out. It just doesn't happen. I don't think everything they did was bad. Obviously they walked away from a draft where they had, Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine Johnson, Brees, 1, 2, 3, 4 back-to-back picks. They know talent. You can see talent. In their later rounds, they definitely they struggled a bit. But even Will McDonald, he wasn't a household name in that draft, and he's looking like he's going to be a pretty good pick. So they knew what good players look like, and the fact that he had Malachi Corley that high, they're going to trade up for him. Listen, if they took him in the 4th, 5th round, I think he's still in the roster, to be honest. I think if he just had a better attitude, he's probably still in the roster, because athletically, he's kind of awesome to watch. He can do a lot, but he's a gadget player, and he didn't want to play that gadget role, which the self-awareness really severely lacking. And that's why I have a hard time believing that this was all on Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh. I know they put out that stupid picture, that fake screenshot of the no matter what, it's draft day for the movie. Khalil, whatever his name is, Vontae Mack. I think Aaron Rodgers had to have something to do. I don't want to get into the whole Aaron Rodgers blame run game kind of thing, but something just doesn't sit right. I think once all those wide receivers before Malachi Corley start coming off the board, I think they panicked and they were like, we need to trade up for somebody, and he's the only one left. I think Rodgers liked the tape of him. Probably didn't know the guy, to be honest. Didn't know that he was going to be, for lack of a better word, an asshole about learning special teams. And I'm not going to call him, he wasn't going to be Deebo Samuel, but he played a similar role at Western Kentucky where, like, you can play that running back, wide receiver hybrid. You can get him on reverses and, design touches. And he could have been really valuable last year. I mean, I don't think anything was saving that team last year, to be honest. But I think he could have, earned himself a little bit more goodwill to stay on the roster this year. And, that's going to be a rude awakening for the kid. Maybe he wakes up. But I think he went to the Browns. I'm not really sure where he went. I feel like he went to the Browns. But, yeah, I don't want to get too negative. It's the start of the season. It's a fresh start. It's a new page that we're getting into. And guys, it's just the smell in the air. It's just football season. I can't wait. I'll talk to you guys later. But this week we're gonna get into a little. Like I said, we're not doing deep dives and analysis and stats and shit like that, but I'll go over what I think is going to happen this Sunday, how I see this game playing out, and maybe we'll get into some little betting picks too. Maybe we'll throw that in there. But I'll see you guys later.